I've posted them on the Stanford for All, which is the Democratic website, so that people who can't make it to the meeting view them. And based on the head counter, it seems that people are watching. Just recently, the New Republican Party website has put a link to the videos that I placed. And while I applaud the ability to disseminate the information further, it just bothers me just a bit that they seem to take credit for the work that I have done. So my point is now, I think this information belongs on the Stanford website. And I will continue to devote my time, give up the hours to make these videos into segments and present them. All you've got to tell me is yes, and I will be able to do that, continue to do that for you. Please be assured that at no time do I edit the videos. They're videos in full capacity. If anything, they override the segments to make sure that nothing is missed. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Mr. Borringer.
Yeah. My name is Henry Borringer. I live up in Thompson Lane. Let's see. You know, people usually don't think that there's a problem with abundance. Everybody wants to have abundance. Okay. 2 years ago, I went to a town board meeting. I think it was in December or January, when the town board was voting on budget. And I pointed out that, you know, I thought there was $2.2 million of cash sitting there, and that they could pass the budget, but they shouldn't really pass on an increase to the taxpayer. They passed the budget and an increase went on to the taxpayer. Okay. And so this past year, I guess when they did the budget, they decided not to pass the increase of the budget on to the taxpayer and take it out of the fund balance. You know, until recently, I kind of purposely sort of stayed away from it. But about a week or so ago, I went back and looked at December and January statements. And oh, by the way, the $2.2 million I was told, I mentioned that it was for salt and sand. We needed this $2.2 million for salt and sand at that point in time. That might occur during the month of January and February, which is like crazy. I recently went back and looked, and now I see that the number, including the highway reserve, was up to $3.1 million. So that means what we have more abundance in this town. Okay, and the abundance really is good in a time of hard times. But I think that if the state controller or other people looked at our accounting and looked at what's going on here, they would have some criticism to that. They would probably say that we have too much money in some respects, or that, you know, we have not set up the proper reserves for the town garage or things like that. I mean, so what this town really needs, I think, is some sound financial advice and input as to how to budget properly. All right, I think the town needs to set a policy, okay, and perhaps they can talk to the state controller about that as to what is the proper amount of reserve. I know that the state controller says that has a guideline, and I don't want to get through the whole thing, but the net of it is that to smooth out revenues, the state controller recommends that you can have a reserve of 10% of your budget. So that means that your taxes, let's say your land taxes are $1.8 million. There's $400,000 coming in from other sources, and you can have a reserve of $220,000 on a 2.